Right. Okay. Hi, everyone, again. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today in this session, Supercharging IT. Today, we're going to focus on Atera's agentic AI Copilot, part of our Powering IT with Action AI webinar series. If you're joining us for the first time on an Atera webinar, we run our Action AI series almost on a bi-weekly basis. We invite you to check out all of our webinars on the website. Today, we're going to focus on some of our latest capabilities, but our other webinars go in a deeper dive on each one of the sections. So please keep an eye out for that. And let's get started. Before I introduce my lovely colleagues, I just want to go through the agenda. So we'll do a few introductions. We're going to introduce you to Atera's agentic AI Copilot. We'll have a deep dive demo today, and then we are going to open it to Q&A. So please, if you do have any questions, please don't be shy to type in your questions in the Q&A box. We will be addressing them as we go through. So let's start with those introductions. So my name is Muna Asi. I head the product marketing team here at Atera, and I'm excited to be joined by my colleagues. Hello, Andrew.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Great. Andrew Friedman, Customer Success Manager, is going to be my co-host today. And we have Ariel Petson, who's with us today. Hi, Ariel. Thank you for joining.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ariel's going to be there in the background answering your questions. So please, if you have any questions, don't be shy, put them in there and Ariel will be addressing them. And I'm more than excited today to have Noam Haviv with us today. Hi, Noam.
Hi, hello, everyone.
Hello, thank you for joining us. Noam is our AI Copilot guru. She's the full stack team lead here at Atera, and she'll be walking us through some of the latest innovations. And finally here, just a little housekeeping. We always get asked these questions, so let's put them out there right at the beginning. This session is being recorded and it will be shared with all registrants, all attendees after the webinar within 24 hours. I can't repeat it enough. Please feel free to ask your questions. You are muted, but you have the opportunity to chat with us. And at the end of this webinar, we will be launching a short survey. It helps us improve. It helps us bring the topics of interest. Please take a moment to respond, and we'd love to get your feedback. And without further ado, I think that we can dive deep into our topic today. So if you don't mind, we do want to hear your opinion. We'd love to know why you're joining us today. And we're going to do that through a poll. So what I'm going to do, you'll see a button right to the right of your screen that says poll. You can go to the poll tab and just respond. Let us know, are you currently using any AI tools or assistants in your work? So please visit the poll tab and just let us know your response. All you got to do is select and hit that submit button, and we will see your responses.
Let's see. What do we think we're going to get? You think regularly? I hope. Let's see.
Yes. We did say AI tools in general in your work. You know, we are in the realm of IT, but let's see.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Andrew, what are we seeing here? What are most of the results? Let's see. Okay.
Awesome. We got
Yes.
regularly.
So not a lot of people felt confident to share the information. Please, let's engage. You know, we'd love to hear your feedback. But yes, regularly, that's great. And I guess that's why we're here today.
Mhm.
Wonderful. So let's go back to our slides. For those of you that are new to Atera, Andrew, tell us a little bit more about us.
Absolutely. It's great to have you guys here. We love doing this. We love that you join us. Please, like Muna said, ask questions in the chat or the Q&A. We love it. That's why we're here. So For those of you who don't know, right, you're among 13,000 customers that we have. So you're part of quite a big network, and our tools keep expanding. And you might have come to us for maybe just, some solution, and you're not aware, or maybe you forgot from the time you joined, really our suite of solutions that we have. So looking at the graph, right now at the center of everything at our core is our Action AI, which we will discuss. But on the outer ring, you'll see we're really much more than that. And the Action AI could touch all of these features. So, we have a full app center you might not be aware of those third-party apps. And that's like for cybersecurity, backup, password management, right? So we have a lot there. We have, of course, our patch management, the software deployment, our automations. We have billing for our MSP platform, as well as many other things. Our network discovery, right, which is great for finding all those devices easily and deploying our agents seamlessly as well as it'll alert you to any risks. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone feels like putting out there, what features they're really using Atera for. We can never hear it enough. And we hope it's meeting your business needs, of course. So please let us know. Okay. Let's see. See if we're getting anyone. No? Okay. Cool. So with this slide, we hear from everyone about the benchmarks, of course, in the industry, from all of our clients. And you might not realize the response times and resolution times that the average could be 7 hours and 4 minutes for a response, which is a long time. Of course, it depends on the level of, if it's critical of the alert, right, of the issue. But your client could be waiting that long and up to 82 hours on average for a resolution time, which is a lot. The top 20 has gotten the response to 1 hour and 43 resolution time, 43 hours. But the top 5% are responding in 16 minutes, and the resolution could still take 17 hours. So this is all, doing things manually and really taking a lot of your time as the IT professionals. That's what we've seen from that, correct, Muna? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And again, as part of discussing with clients, we understand that, it's a key challenge as you're looking to meet your SLAs, as you're looking to improve your customer satisfaction rates and your response times. It can be a challenge, and the challenge is multifold. And I think as part of that survey, we asked them and we looked internally within our own Atera customer base. That gets us to the next slide about what are those top 5 time consuming requests, right? Everybody wants to focus on what matters most. They want to do those big projects they've been putting on hold. And so, Andrew, this is some of the responses that we got. So what are we looking at?
Absolutely. I don't know if anyone is surprised by these. Please, again, we want the interaction. We love it. So let us know what you think. But what we found was that access and permissions is the top with 26% of your time. 24% is emails. 21% are hardware issues. 16% are software issues. And then 13% are performance and connectivity. I don't know if this shocks anyone. We hear it all the time. And of course, we get excited that our tools have helped, solve a lot of these issues in less time.
Exactly. And I think from what I hear, one of the biggest issues is these password resets, right? Customers talking about all day long, can you reset my password?
Right.
I don't want to deal with those mundane, repetitive, same question over and over again.
It's not what you went into IT for. You did not go into IT to reset passwords.
Yeah, even though it is important, right? And I think this gets us into the segue as why, obviously, AI has become a clear need for a tool like AI or an AI-powered solution that can drive productivity. And if we're talking about productivity, let's understand from our audience again. Just this is the last poll, so please bear with us. You came to hear about our AI Copilot, but we'd love to know what is the primary reason for you to consider an AI Copilot. So I'm going to launch our last poll. So you saw some of the responses we got from our internal base about the repetitive or problematic areas, if you like, and we'd love to hear from you. Is it improving productivity? Are you looking for more enhanced solutions? Please share with us. Is it all of the above?
as well? Yeah.
Yep. Wonderful. Great. So what are we seeing there, Andrew, from the responses? Is it...
Let's see. I'm going to check right here.
Okay.
I think you have to pull up the responses, maybe. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I think we've got that. So I'll tell you what I'm seeing. For some reason, I can't push it up. It says automating repetitive tasks. That seems to be the one that's most popular. Wonderful. So again, we're here to talk about AI Copilot and how it can help you automate and improve a lot of those ongoing tasks that you're dealing with. So let's move on here. Just give me a second to move back the slide.
Sure.
And okay. So we have seen that what we're calling forward-thinking organizations are looking to embrace an AI-first approach to customer service. And when we say traditional versus software that is AI-powered, so what are we seeing on the traditional side, right? Software is static. It operates based on predefined rules. It often and most often requires a lot of manual data entry, and it requires you to have your own user decision making. And obviously, with traditional software, you're out there building the user skills. You got to know the menus, you got to know the commands, you got to know how to write scripts, right? So you need to adapt to how the software works. It's very software centric. And when we move into the realm of AI-powered solutions, with AI becoming part of the interface, so software is not putting you in that box anymore. You can say or write, "Hey, I want a script that can do X, Y, Z," and then instead of spending 20 or 30 minutes Googling, you get that right there and then. So basically, the software adapts to what the user wants and how the user wants to operate. It uses knowledge of business data that you have within your account. So it's actually moving from what we're calling the user adapting to the software now adapting to how the user wants to work. So the software adapts and customizes the experience based on the data. And that's where we're going with Atera's agentic AI. So this is a great segue into what is Atera's agentic AI Copilot, what we're calling the IT companion. So Atera's agentic Copilot follows you throughout the platform. It's up to date with all the relevant information for a specific issue. And when we say agentic AI, it's really marking a paradigm shift. It's now what we've seen as the third wave of AI. And unlike generative AI that creates content-based prompts, with agentic AI, we're providing autonomous solutions. It's proactive, and it can solve really complex problems, in most cases independently. And so what Noam's going to show us in a bit with our latest developments around AI, Atera's AI, agentic AI Copilot, is that it's context aware, it augments, it replaces in some cases, and it supports the day-to-day work of IT professionals like yourselves. So it's there to enhance your skills, efficiency, and your productivity.
I also think for our Copilot product, it's a huge jump for those who currently do have it, you'll see it's a huge jump from what you were able to do. And for those that don't yet have it, I think you'll be pretty impressed. We're very excited about it.
Exactly. And within a few minutes, we'll be showing that. So for those that are not familiar with what this AI Copilot suite entails, basically the AI Copilot, your companion, can assist an IT professional, whether it's a technician working in the remote monitoring domain or in the ticketing domain, or even a business owner that's looking for specific insights. The AI Copilot can, on the ticketing side, suggest summarized solutions, suggest summarized tickets, suggest solutions. We have the script generator. We can create knowledge base articles from tickets. And more importantly, what Noam's going to show us is all of the context aware of your your corporate data and how you can use that with the agent to analyze, diagnose, triage, and find immediate solutions. So back to the challenge that we saw earlier, right? We want to cut down resolution time. How do I leverage AI to improve my skills and help me resolve those faster? And I think, Andrew, correct me here. The first thing that we get asked is, okay, so why can't I do that with ChatGPT? I'm doing
Every
some of
day.
that today.
Anytime we have a conversation with a client about our Copilot and AI, the first thing is I could do this on ChatGPT, or that's gotten us through till now. So if I could talk about that first tab of the agentic AI integrated with agent inside device is huge. What we have, right, of course, as you know, is that every device of yours has our Atera agent. So our Copilot is chatting already with that agent and getting all the information from the device. ChatGPT cannot do that. You can't connect your device to it. You have to maybe take a screenshot and put it, or whatever way workaround that it's actually going to add time, then it should be saving you. So you're essentially chatting with the device to find resolutions, which will show you. It'll suggest ideas. It could pull it based on the knowledge base that you build, also with AI. So it's light years ahead of just using ChatGPT. There's no comparison.
Right. And I think adding to that, obviously, it's targeted and contextual, which we'll see in a minute, right? So it's providing you there and then contextual answers to the things that it's recognizing. And it's also action oriented output, right? So you will see in a minute as it diagnoses, it will give you suggestions for actions to take there and then. And within the Atera platform, you can then automatically deploy it and resolve all within context. I think those are the standouts of when we compare and when we hear clients talking about, why not through ChatGPT or any other AI IT solution using AI. So in short, go ahead.
No, I was just going to elaborate. Like, again, with ChatGPT, you have to even prompt it that you're an IT professional, so it thinks like that. There's just so much basic information you have to give ChatGPT as opposed to ours that it's amazing once you see it go. Sorry, I'm just very excited about it.
No, of course. And I think if I'm going to bucket it into three main areas, if you like, about how it can impact and improve your day-to-day work, we like to see AI Copilot in three areas. One is handling those repetitive tasks, which we talked about earlier. So whether it's summarizing this long list of tickets and giving you a TLDR, or even creating those knowledge base articles that somebody else can then leverage the knowledge. And you have a new technician, or you've got a recurring issue and you want to figure out, how do I resolve this based on history? So getting rid of those repetitive, bringing you a lot closer to the solution, right? So many times we may have a direction, we have some experience, but we're not quite sure what the issue is. That's where your IT companion comes in, analyzes in real time, and can then suggest based on real visibility and real insights. And the third pillar is really enhancing your skills, right? We are not all experts in scripting. We don't all recall the command lines that we need, or finding that OID for an SNMP device. And so that's where Copilot can then come in, enhance your skills, and provide you a better way to strategize around your business. I think without further ado, I think I do want to hand it over to Noam to show us a lot of the exciting stuff that we just talked about. So Noam, I'm going to stop sharing now and let you take it over.
Thank you, Mona. I'll share my screen. Okay, so hi everyone. I will showcase two exciting new features, the Universal Copilot and the Atera account data. These features are designed to enhance your experience and bring account-specific insights based on your account data. So I'll start with the Universal Copilot. This feature enhances the Copilot functionality, making it more intuitive and accessible across the platform. So as you can see, we have a new floating button that will open the Copilot from anywhere across the platform. So of course, you can still access the Copilot chat from a specific ticket or device or an alert, but you don't have to. So once you open the Universal Copilot, you'll see the new intro page. It's a great way to understand all the new features and benefits of the Universal Copilot right at the start. So when starting a conversation with a Copilot, you can ask a general question and just start talking, but you can also mention an entity, you can mention a ticket or an alert or a device. You can mention it mid-conversation. It doesn't have to be at the beginning of the conversation, but once you will mention the entity, the conversation will have context related to this entity. So for example, so how do you mention a ticket, for example? You can press the / button right here, or you can simply type in, and then you can, for example, I want to mention a ticket. So I can search for my password related ticket. Once I'm pressing it, I can type in whatever I want, or I can select from these three options. So for example, I'm asking to recap a ticket. Once I'm sending my request, you can see that the Copilot is now contextual. It has context to the ticket. I can see if there is an agent related to the ticket. I can see the related agent, and that's that. Another
so Noam,
really
just before you continue, just to kind of put that into context, right? So we have a technician that's working the ticketing queue, but maybe I have a call from a client and I want to immediately find an issue that maybe was not part of the SLA and I haven't yet addressed. So with the Universal Copilot contextual, that's when I can go in and reference, I have the ticket number, the client name, or whatever it is that I'm searching, right? So that's what we saw. It's quickly finding and contextually going into the device or the ticket to take action.
Yeah. So another really exciting feature that was highly requested as well is that now you can see your conversations history. So first of all, it's important to say this is your specific history of expert technician, and you can see all of your other discussions. And the best thing is when you go to a previous conversation, you immediately have this conversation's context, and you can just continue the flow there and continue talking about this specific context. So if you remember you handled this ticket before, you can go and search it in the history now. So another really, really exciting thing is the image analysis. So for example, I'm starting a chat with a Copilot, and sometimes visuals can say more than words. So I'll just show a demonstration real quick. For example, I have this image and I'm saying I have this error. What can I do with it? While it thinks and generating the response, I'll show another really exciting thing. It's that you can see the Copilot is loading its answers and running diagnostics and generating a response while I can go through my work and continue doing whatever I like. And once the response is generated and the Copilot is answered, I get a notification telling me that I can go back to the conversation. And as you can see, it says what the error message indicates and what we can do with it further on.
Wow, this is absolutely amazing, Noam. I'm thinking, in those cases where some of the clients tell us, I've got temp staff that's coming on board, they're not as experienced as my tier 2 and tier 3 technicians. How can I help them upskill? How can they immediately understand some of these? I'm guessing a tier 1 technician is not every day faced with these type of issues. So just putting in an image there and AI Copilot analyzing it and already suggesting, it's amazing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's huge.
Exactly. Another thing is that you can now listen to the Copilot's answers, and also you can send the voice commands. So this was a quick walkthrough of the Universal Copilot features. It has also new look to it, and it's all about making your workflow more seamless and effortless. So I'll just refresh for a second, and now I'm going to show the other exciting feature, which is the Atera account data. This feature brings powerful account-specific insights regarding your account's tickets and agents. So I'll just dive in, and let's start with a simple query. I'll ask the Copilot to show me all agents with inactive antivirus. The great thing about the Atera account data is that it pulls live data. So this ensures you always have the most up-to-date information at your disposal. And as you can see, it provided me with the the agent that I have that has antivirus Windows Defender, and it's inactive or not updated. So I got that response very quick, and I can. I wanted to ask another question regarding my tickets. So I'll ask him, please let me know what the technician names that has open tickets and what are these tickets about.
Wow.
So as I mentioned, this data is based on your account data. It's your details. It's permission specific. Probably I'm the best technician in the world, but it's a it's a development environment. So, but it can answer these type of questions. It can answer your questions regarding your agents, regarding your tickets. It provides live data, and it's all about empowering technicians to ask the right questions and get instant answers. It can provide you with insights and help you get the information you need regarding your tickets or agents in one place with one query. I'll show another example that I've done earlier before all the tickets were resolved, but here is an example of this question being answered. You can see it provides the technician name, the open tickets, and what the tickets are about. That concludes the Universal Copilot and Atera account data demo.
So Noam, a quick, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that these features are designed to make the work simpler and quicker and integrate with the day-to-day work.
Amazing. So Noam, just a quick question here regarding user privileges and rights and what type of data you can see. Do you want to address that?
Yeah, it's a great question. You can only see the data that you can see in the Atera platform. So, for example, if you have a technician that is that can view only certain customers, this data will be shown to him and not like all the account data. It's per technician per permission.
And so when we say account data, obviously, right, if I am I don't know, HP, and I'm running my data here with all of my employees. Basically, I can only see the data that's related to my company. And like you said, based on the rights of the technician, it's another granular settings of only seeing what he has access to, correct?
Yeah.
And in terms of the learning, so I think earlier you had mentioned to me one of the use cases is, I just got a ticket and I remember responding to something similar a month ago. Can you point me to a similar ticket?
Yeah.
So are we learning from the information? How does that work?
It's not exactly learning, but we do have all the information in hand. So the account data knows all of the previous tickets. So in that case that you will ask, I know that I had a similar issue. How can I solve it? Or how did I solve it before? It knows to check the data of previous tickets with the same issue, and for example, provide the resolved tickets resolution, and therefore providing you with the correct data.
Wonderful. Noam, thank you so much for highlighting some of the greatest capabilities and the latest. So for some of you out there that still haven't trialed AI Copilot, this is a great opportunity. We have an official launch of this capabilities coming out next Tuesday. And if you don't have it, this is a great opportunity to request an AI Copilot demo there at the top, and our team would be more than happy to work with you and explain further how you can get access to this. And now I'd love to ask you, Andrew, to just give us a glimpse of some of the other areas where we can leverage AI Copilot.
Absolutely. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Great. Here. Okay, so these are the capabilities that we currently have. That whether you're using it today or you're not familiar with, the ways that we could really save you time with either quick summaries or generating replies or troubleshooting, like we said, with the device, is really remarkable. So I'm going to go over here to our ticket page on the left, the tab, and I'm going to go and look at this first ticket here. You could see it's cannot access shared network drive. Now, maybe I'm the supervisor, or maybe I've just been working on many different tickets, and I finally got a response to it. And when I go in, I don't want to have to go look back at the conversation that was internal, external, what's going on. So I could simply click the Copilot button here on the right, and it's going to summarize the ticket for me right away. Now, here we go, in a matter of seconds. So it's showing me what the summary is with the issue, what the troubleshooting steps that were taken, and what the outcome was if we are up to that. And then, of course, the actionable solution. Now, that's just, of course, to get me up to speed. If I want to go ahead and write something back, I could go to the public reply. Let me close that. And I could go and ask it to generate a reply for me, right? And you could even go ahead and change the sentiment if you wanted it to be, more casual or more professional, whatever you want. So you could tell your team, I don't know, maybe you want it to always be professional. So you could set a rule, always make sure to hit that button. So you don't have to worry about the messaging going back and forth between your team and your clients and your end users. So you could really set the tone there.
Great. And I think,
What?
Andrew, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but that reminds me, a lot of times it's not about the skill set of writing, right? We get an annoying ticket there, and sometimes our emotions overtake us and we want to respond. This just makes sure that you have that consistency, as you said. And obviously, it also supported in multiple languages, right? That's also critical.
Very cool. So you could go ahead and do that. And that really kind of helps you keep control, right? Without having to be on top of every little thing. Um, what's really great then from here is, let's say you have a ticket that is resolved and you now want those steps, the troubleshooting steps, to be in your knowledge base. So that way you're not constantly getting tickets for the same thing, right? So you could simply go ahead right here, generate article. When you click it, it's going to open a new tab to the knowledge base creation portal. And you're going to see that it instantly fills in most of the information for you based on that ticket. You, of course, could come in here, you could edit it, you could delete, add more, whatever you want. You decide where it goes in it, right? You still have complete control, but this is one of those huge time saving capabilities. And it's directly from the ticket. So it is your information still that you provided on resolution. And it's simply going to add it then to your knowledge base here. Now, an added feature, or I guess assistance, right, is when you're inside the ticket, let's go back, and you're in the Copilot, and over here on the right, you have the summary. You might ask it follow-up questions, right? Like I said, you could chat with it here. It has all that information you didn't have to provide. And you could say, I don't know, what is another actionable item to resolve this? Great. Now, had you had that knowledge base article, it would pull it for you and use it there as a suggestion and take that information. So again, you might have a seasonal hire or a tier one, right, support that needs the knowledge base as a reference tool, but they don't have to go in there and look. It's going to pull it for them, and they're getting the correct information. So that right there is huge for our clients. They love that it does
Andrew,
that. And yeah.
I don't think we managed to see your other tab where you opened the knowledge base. Could you maybe just show that maybe in this tab?
Oh, it didn't share that screen. Got it. Did it show,
Thank you.
sorry, when it generated it, did it show it at all?
No.
No.
Cool, thank you. So I was just talking to myself. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so let's do that again. Thanks, Ariel. So right here again, I'm gonna hit generate article, and let's go share that screen now. Sorry, there we go. So once I hit that button, it filled in all this information for you. And as I was saying before, you could edit it. You could decide where it's going to go within the knowledge base, if it's active, or maybe it's the draft. You don't want it live yet. Is it outdated? Right? All this information really at the push of a button. And I know for a lot of my clients, it's been huge time savings because to set up a whole knowledge base in another platform takes time. So now you have all your information, push of a button, and it's done. All right. So let's go back. Ooh, let's go back to the other one. Sorry for bouncing around. Awesome. So now the next part that I would like to show of our capabilities is I'm going to go into our devices tab on the left here. Now, before we even go into a device or troubleshoot with the device, just in terms of the list of devices that you have here, right? One of the great capabilities is right here. We could go ahead and toggle on that Ask AI, and it's going to give you some suggestions. but I'm simply just going to write show devices with patches available. There we go. So now, right here, I have all of these devices with patches. I could then go ahead and take action from here. And I could click on it, I could install the patch and move on to the next, right? I could probably do all, right? There are many things that you could do to save you time. Another one might be, let's also look at the alerts. Devices with critical alerts. There we go. So now I have a view and I could take actions from here to just handle those. I didn't have to deal with going one by one, looking at them. I know now this is my to-do list for the next, I don't know, hopefully not too long because you have AI. All right. So moving on now, if I go back to the main, I'm going to pull up a device that I know I want to use just for the demo. Let's see. There we go. So I'm going to go inside this device. Now, this should look familiar to everyone. It's our device page with all the great information. Of course, you could see the activity log. One part of our AI capabilities is that with Splashtop, you do get a really good summary of that connection and that remoting in that you did. So I'm going to look for anything with Splashtop. And you could see here that these were just requested. So for whatever reason, the end user didn't approve, it didn't go through. But here we have a completed one. I could ask AI to generate the summary and it gives me a quick summary on what happened. So now if I'm troubleshooting something or if I'm talking to that end user, I know what we've done in the past or what maybe another technician did. What's great now again is I'm going to go ahead and hit our favorite Copilot button. It brings up a similar, right? It brings up the box. Now, what I might want to ask it is, I don't know, show the memory storage. And again, I can't just go into ChatGPT like we said. I can't just, go in myself. I want to save time. Here we go, really fast. I can now see the breakdown of memory and how we're doing. And what's really important is I didn't have to get in touch with the end user and get them to be there available so that, I could get into the device and all of that. This is all before I even bother them, right? You could do all this troubleshooting. So great. Another one could be, I don't know, let's say, let's look from a specific device. Show software that needs to be updated, right? This seems to be a very useful, very frequent issue or check that we want to do. Here we go. It's reviewing. It's retrieving the Windows update settings. It's checking available patches. We can see it's thinking. Again, directly in contact with this specific device. Here we go. Okay. So we could see there's a security intelligence update. That's probably important. And would you like to proceed with the update? So you could then, again, talk with the agent and tell it what to do. Yes, proceed. It's always going to ask you because it's not going to take actions for you without your control. It needs your consent. You are still in control. This is your co-pilot. Okay, for whatever issue in this case, it won't do it. But the point that I wanted you to see is it's going to ask you, right? Very important. Now, you also could just ask it general diagnostic questions, right? How do I make this device run faster? How do I clear up memory? And it'll give you suggestions and actionable items. So it's really, really important. And again, if tier one is the person working on it or someone seasonal hire or new hire, it's going to pull in again from the knowledge base. Very cool.
Andrew, this is absolutely great. And if we want to connect it back to what Noam showed, right? So you've accessed Copilot across the platform, as we said, but obviously all of that is in that single entity that we had to the right that is contextual, that opens up the same area for chatting with our agentic AI Copilot with all of the history. Thank you so much for that. It's amazing. And again, I encourage you all. We have sessions, deep dive sessions going on a bi-weekly basis. Or if you want your own AI Copilot demo, go ahead, hit that AI Copilot demo right at the top. And our team will be sure to reach out and provide you with additional information. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Noam. And just to give you some insights about how other Atera users are loving AI Copilot, from what we've seen and summarized, I think, just over the last 6 months, we've seen over 123,000 conversations with AI Copilot. A feature which we didn't see today, the command line generations, more than 89,000 command lines generated with the help of AI Copilot. Health checks, so the diagnostics that Andrew just showed you, looking at the health of the device and the suggestions. And a great one which surprised me was the creations of scripts, right? More than 47,000 scripts that have been created with AI and saved into our library. And obviously, 70,000 tickets replies. Amazing, right, Andrew? It's a lot of information there. And back to when we talked about the features and benefits, removing those repetitive, getting you closer to a resolution, and enhancing your skills.
Time saving. A lot of time saving.
Time saving. So our audience today said they want automations, and I'm guessing with automations, they are looking at time savings. And that's definitely what we've shown in these Copilot demos. And briefly, I do want to share one of very many stories that we hear from customers. This is one from, sorry, my little one here is getting so one of our stories here is from Innovate IT, one of our South African MSPs, and they've been leveraging AI Copilot quite heavily, especially in the ticketing domain. And with Atera's AI suggested solutions, we can promptly and efficiently resolve client issues. The great thing here, Andrew, is they've actually seen a 50% reduction in their first response time. Okay, which is great, and an increase in their net promoter score, so their customer satisfaction score, since they started leveraging AI Copilot to address customer tickets. So with that, I want to move into the last area, and then we'll open it up, Ariel, if we've got any questions. So if you are ready to deploy Atera's agentic AI Copilot, again, I invite you to schedule a call, a consultation call. Our team will walk you through some of the time and money savings, and of course, the productivity that you can gain by leveraging Atera's agentic AI Copilot. So don't be shy. We're not going to share costs here, but you're more than welcome to speak to our team, and they can get down into those details. And if you have any questions, now is the time. Ariel, do we have any questions which we didn't address as we were walking through that we'd like to bring up?
Questions, or if you learned something new about our capabilities that you didn't realize it could do?
So I think a few of the questions that came in were about, can the Copilot act fully as a technician? And basically the answer is the Copilot is here not in order to switch you, do your job for you, but rather to be your technician's assistant, to be your tier one, to help you as a technician in order to save time and not have to, like Andrew mentioned, not have to remote into your end users' devices all the time, and so that you can actually focus more on strategic issues and not have to run diagnostics and remote into devices every day. So that was basically the most of the questions were around that.
Okay, great. And I think to that, we had the question about, can we register AI as an agent? So similar to just what you talked about, Ariel. I will say we do have a second solution that's in beta. We're not currently actively discussing it, but it's an area where we do extend the AI agent to be in the front of your end users. So yes, enhancing first response time, allowing end users to somewhat self-serve, and then that's immediate first response time, and then that collects the data and then escalates it up to a technician if it's not able to resolve. We're not talking about that autonomous agent, if you like, at this point. But to your question, the answer is yes. We do have a beta version of an autonomous agent that can work to address those tier one repetitive questions, but we're not talking about that here. Obviously, our team would be more than happy to share if that's relevant. Again, I don't see too many questions, so I'm hoping that it was very clear and that Andrew and Noam were able, and myself, to provide you all of the details that you came for today. Andrew, did you want to say anything before I remind everyone of our ongoing webinar series?
No, I think it's important also just to talk about like how this isn't something new for Atera AI. I know we launched it last year, but the amount of years that have gone into building it with Microsoft and everything, it's really light years ahead of other AIs, and we're just still, getting the beginning, the benefits of it because it's been learning. So it's really cool to see as we keep releasing these new features for it, what it could do. And I know my clients are just constantly very excited when they see it. So I get very excited about it because I know it's helping them.
Wonderful. Thank you, Andrew, for sharing. And I think just before we end, I will launch a survey. Please, it's just a couple of questions. Take the time to answer. And in this opportunity, I'll say thank you to my co-hosts today, my colleagues, Ariel, Andrew, Noam. Thank you so much for joining me and for sharing this insightful information with our attendees today. Thanks, everyone. Let's just hit that launch button before I forget with the survey. Wonderful. Thanks, everyone, and have a great rest of day. Bye-bye.